Greetings to all melanated people around the world. It's really a joy, it's a blessing. It's an honor to be greeting you and to be bringing a message of emancipation to you, a message that will set you free. If you listen to this message with an open mind, and you would be more observant, and you would look around you and exercise your mind and think a little bit more wisely, you will come to realize that all I'm doing is pointing you to discover your true identity, to discover your true spirituality, and to be in touch with your divinity. That's the reason why I want to speak to you concerning Abdullah and Neville Goddard. And Abdullah being the teacher, and Abdullah used to love the opera. And the reason why Abdullah used to love the opera is because everything was assigned to Abdullah, and Abdullah realized that this life, it's a game, or it's a play. It's all a great psychological drama. But we being a people who had a language of symbology, Abdullah had to do everything in a symbolic way, knowing that sometime later that there's one of the same bloodline, or the same consciousness, the same awareness, the same language would arise and put everything in its rightful place. That's the reason why we are living in a time when Neville Goddard has been exalted. And the people who are doing it, you have never heard them speak about Abdullah or ever try to uplift Abdullah. For example, Wayne Dyer would have helped PBS raise so much of millions of dollars. And he never talked much about Neville Goddard, much less Abdullah. So if you think more carefully, you would realize all of this information before the time of social media or computer. They had all of these kind of information, and they was passing the information around. And they were putting the information to work and to use in their own life. But when you understand how the universe works and the laws of the universe, you will realize whatever you sow, you're going to reap, and whatever goes around, it must come back around. So they know at a certain time that we will awake and come to our true consciousness. And many of us will realize how the game is being played. So now by way of social media, many of our people have been caught under the spell of the law of attraction and forgetting their real true identification. So when many of them say that the law of attraction works, the law of attraction has always been working. Only that people have been using it unconsciously. And Abdullah wanted us to use it more consciously. So when he goes to the opera and he look at the plays, he was teaching us symbology. He was teaching us how to understand the language of the white man that he's actually using against you through cinematography. So my brother and my sisters, my whole mission and my whole motive is to bring across to our people the message that Abdullah wanted to bring across to them. It is not just about getting things. It is not just about manifesting things only, but also to come to your true identity, your true divinity. Because if you can manifest anything through your thoughts or through your mind power, it is telling you that the scripture in St. John 1 and 3 that says, all things was made by him, and without him there isn't anything made that was made, and it is not speaking of a man 2,000 years ago. It is speaking about now, and it's happening right in your own life. When you manifest whether $50,000 or you manifest a horse, instead of going and glorying about it and getting trapped in the physical world, you have to understand this is just the imaginary world, and the real you is within you, the God in you. So my brother, my sister, this is time for us to wake up and realize that we were given a white idol named Jesus Christ. Because many people still speaking about the law of attraction, still following Neville Goddard, and still have a Jesus Christ mentality. Plus, here is a living man right before them who've had many of the same kind of experiences, especially the ball from the skull also. One, if you have a dream and you have an experience, you can come to and he can explain to you. Yet many still turn in to a historical event. So many saying that they do not believe in a historical Jesus, but they believe in a man, a white man, who lived and preached a message of self-realization given to him by a black man, yet they're holding on to the man who done his work and gone. And here is a brother right here and many other brothers who are bringing the same message to them, like Reverend Ike and many others. So my brother, my sisters, let us tap in to the Abdullah frequency, that we can be in touch with our ancestors and hear what they have to say to us in terms of discovering our divinity. Because you see, when you discover your divinity first, money gonna come after, riches gonna come after, everything gonna come after. That's why it tells you that when you seek first the kingdom, and our ancestors have been always teaching you to seek first the kingdom by telling you, know thyself. Seek to know thyself first. Know who you are. Why you're here. Where you come. Where did you come from? Where you're going. Know your history before slavery. And when you find the kingdom within you, what is the truth within you? What is the God within you? What is that frequency within you? All these things will be added unto you. So you don't need to live in poverty. You don't need to live in worries and problems. You don't need to look at what's happening around you. You need to focus on what you want. You have to focus on what you want to create. Because you come to realize that you are the creator. And you come to understand the message of Abdullah. So my brother, my sisters, I'll be doing a whole series concerning Abdullah and the message that Abdullah was trying to get across to us. And I would also recommend my book called The Black Mystic from Ethiopia, Neville Goddard Mentor. Okay, because I know that that is a book that people will want to attack and say, oh, you know, don't buy it, don't even waste your time. Because they're looking for me to speak about oneness. There can't be any oneness unless there's true justice. And the universe always gives true justice. That's why the universe is governed by certain laws. Okay? So my brother and my sister, we have to know the truth of who we are before we could ever speak about any oneness. Because the only oneness that you need is to be one with yourself. To be in alignment with nature. To be in alignment with your creator. To be in alignment with the invisible you. So you can manifest your visible world however you want. And stop being a slave to another race. People are being an enemy of your own self. Let me put it this way. Being an enemy of your own self. Because every time you call on Jesus Christ and believe is a man who existed 2,000 years ago, you are actually giving your power to another. But when we celebrate and believe the message of Abdullah and look within ourselves and give praises to our ancestors who bring such great message to us, then we will live in the higher place. We'll live in a place of abundance. We'll live in a place of fullness. We'll live in a place whereby we discover our true divinity. And now we have essence. Now we are of importance. Now we can uplift humanity. Let us think about how many people we can influence in the world with our right thinking, by using our imagination and using it creatively. So my brother and my sisters, imagination creates reality, and the message of consciousness was taught to Neville Goddard by Abdullah, our teacher. Let us uplift our teacher and ancestor, Abdullah. So that means I want to thank you very much for listening to me, and I want to now give you the sign of enlightenment according to Matthew 6:22, and this message is the single-eye message of self-realization. And I now give you the sign of Matthew 6:22. He said, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And I'm saying to you, my brother, my sisters, when you have the experience, you come to realize it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and you come to understand why Malachi 4:2 tells you that the S-U-N shall arise in you with healing in his wings, and why Psalms 84:11 tells you that the Lord thy God is a S-U-N and a shield. For you come to realize that without the sun there is no life and there is no light, and that the S-U-N is the light of the world, and that without the sun, as I would have said before, there is no life and there is no light, and that without the human imagination there isn't anything made that was made, or anything else that ever going to be made. It has to first be imagined. Therefore, your human imagination parallels the sun, and the sun parallels the human imagination. Therefore, my brother, my sisters, let us use our mind power to achieve our every desire and make use of the message of Abdullah, the black mystic from Ethiopia. So that means I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.